What's up, guys? Winter Kills here. Welcome back to another post-commentary feature match. We've got some Invoked Blue Eyes versus Blue Eyes. A lot of you guys have been asking lately for Blue Eyes stuff, Invoked Blue Eyes stuff, so I was able to record some of this stuff at locals. A couple Blue Eyes builds there. The Invoked Blue Eyes player on the right ended up making it to... I think the finals in top 4, but ended up losing to my brother who was playing a pure or the Empower Invoked build. I think he just ended up bricking really badly both games. So take that however you will. So pure Blue Eyes on the left. I think it's brilliant Blue Eyes with the Galaxy Soldier, and so maybe not exactly 100% pure, but it's about as close as you can get to it. And then we have an Invoked build of Blue Eyes on the right. He's going to search that effect Valor with the alternative dragon, and the Sage could very easily go for a Spirit Dragon play. First, we'll go for Pot of Desires, which is getting reprinted in the Megatins. A lot of great reprints coming up. Crystal Wing, Pot of Desires. We have Minerva getting reprinted. So many awesome reprints coming up, so rejoice at the reprints. There's a Soul Charge, the new Ultra Rare Soul Charge out of the Dual Saga. Dual Saga, really good set. Soul Charges for 4. Absolutely disgusting. Soul Charge in this deck is insane. It's one of the most insane cards in this deck, especially if you open up a first turn. Like he did, putting all his cards in the graveyard. The first turn field capability is just insane. And an interesting thing, I didn't even notice this, but like he could make VFD if he wanted to with those synchros. So that maybe Blue Eyes True King is something that we could see in the future. But then again, we have the issue that like you know, a lot of the Blue Eyes stuff, you know, there's no light True King, thankfully, or otherwise that deck would just be way too busted. They really can't give an archetype like that something for a dark or a light monster because it already makes those already powerful attributes more powerful. So he's going against an Azure Eyes, which is currently protecting his whole field, a Spirit Dragon, and a number 38, which has already negated the Meltdown. He still has a graveyard negation if he chooses to use it. And again, everything cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects, so that's also a bonus. Summoning that alternative dragon. Looks like he revealed for Blue Eyes there, and you don't have to reveal for what's his face? Alternative dragon. You don't have to reveal to summon. You just summon it first, and then you reveal. You don't reveal first, because if you do that, your opponent's gonna take advantage of that and chain something to perhaps stop that, like a Max C. Even though you technically cannot chain Max C to the summon of Alternative Dragon because it's inherent. It doesn't reveal Blue Eyes for cost or something. So he's going to go for Dark Matter here, and it gets Valor to actually have to come over and ask a ruling, or get a ruling question answered for them. And wanted to know if Dark Matter sends for cost, and it does. And it does activate on summon. So he will still send his 3 dragons of different names to the graveyard from his deck, although he won't get to banish. He'll still get to send 3 things, which is regardless still good. He still does have that Spirit Dragon on board though, so if he decides to activate any graveyard effects, he still could have the opportunity here to negate something. But that 4,500 attack Dark Matter that can attack twice on monsters is going to be a pretty big issue. He does have the option to, of course, redeclare to the Titanic Galaxy, but he'll take more damage that way, and it looks like he will end up using that. He'll take the 15 over top of that, put the Meltdown back in his graveyard. Still has to worry about now the Spirit Dragon and the Azure Eyes, which one of those he will kill. If he does decide to use that effect to attack twice on monsters, it doesn't look like he's going to. And he'll summon out a Blue Eyes in the standby phase. So that's good. Get a free monster on board. Nothing wrong with that. There's a Dragon Shrine coming down now. It looks like he's got this game pretty much in the bag. He's way more ahead. He's got the Azure Eyes. He's got Spirit Dragon. Not too many Invoke plays happening on his side of the field, because that crucial negation via the number 38. I think it would have been better to perhaps maybe bait out with a Brilliant Fusion the negation, but then again, you know, depending on what his hand was, I think, you know, maybe the Invoked play would have been better, because it looks like he has Wonder Wand in hand. Could have got the Alistair Search, perhaps drew a couple of cards, Invocation into Mechaba or something, and maybe summon alternative on top of that, and maybe try to clear some stuff off his field. Have a little bit more of a backbone on his side of the field, as right now Dark Matter's not doing him a goddamn thing, and neither is that Seraphonite, just idly sitting there. Going into full armor dragon, that will detach to pop a face up, and it's going to get rid of Dark Matter. Easily clearing that off the board. Now he's just got basically a token on his side of the field. And he'll switch all of his monsters to attack position. Normal summoning Mathematician. Interesting tech choice, sending the legendary stone to the grave. And it looks like he's going to scoop it up there, realizing that's probably going to be game. Going into game 2 here. Starting off with the Invoked plays here on the right side. He's got Trade In to start off, drew into a couple cards. Going for Alistair, searching none other than Invocation. See some side deck cards over there. Looks like on the pure Blue Eyes side, looks like a Chaos Trap Hole. Using Sage to get rid of Alistair, going for Blue Eyes. It's an interesting play. That's why I think Blue Eyes still has one of the best synergies with Invoked to this day. The only issue is it's hard to give yourself other attributes other than lights with the deck. That's why the Windwitch build. Maybe if there's like a hybrid between like the Windwitch and Blue Eyes, but then again you have the whole restriction with the Windwitch engine, which kind of you know. But if the Windwitch engine did not have such a restriction, I think it would be far more superior. Although the Empowered, as we saw, the Empowered and Windwitch build proves to be a good balance. Drawing in a Solemn Warning, he has a Dragon's Mirror, it looks like, and a Sage. He'll have to set those traps face down. Luckily, there's no Twin Twister set on the other side of the field and set one monster. Not normal summoning Sage. Fear probably the Mechaba negation. Another Alistair. He can Chaos Trap Hole that, or is he going to waste the warning? He's going to waste the warning. I honestly don't know what would have been better, because if you think about it, you know, the Chaos Trap Hole can only get rid of a light or a dark monster, while Solemn Warning can get rid of anything. But I think Chaos Trap Hole might only stop special summons, so that might be a bad call on my part, because I haven't read Chaos Trap Hole in some time. But I know it only negates, I think, light and dark monster special summons, so maybe it was wise to burn the warning there. Maybe not allow him to get another fusion on the field, as he has no, I think, maybe no other targets to use in his hand to make another fusion. There is Pot of Desires. He will negate it, and he'll banish 10 for cost. And that's going to hurt him a lot anyways. And DD Crow in hand, that's rough. And that immediately will cause the game to end right there. Going into game 3, starting off, Pot of Desires going first, pure Blue Eyes. Definitely something he probably wants to do, set up a good first turn board like we saw game 1. You know, once we see Azure Eyes come out, like, especially with a card like Soul Charge, it gives the deck so much power, seeing Soul Charge turn 1. Such a very, very powerful card. You put so many big monsters in the graveyard, be able to make such really, really good synchro monsters, like Spirit Dragon tagging into Azure Eyes, especially when you have a card like number 38 to back up that board. Very, very good first turn opportunities, but he will be ending with the Spirit Dragon and double Spirit Dragon, the Mini Spirit and the Synchro Spirit. And there is Magical Meltdown being activated. He'll go, of course, for Alistair the Invoker. Probably going to use his normal summon on that. Could see a Valor possibly. Maybe DD Crows could be sided in right now, but it does not look like there's any hand traps of use right now. There was no Sage normal summon. He had to see the Stone normal summon, which in the end phase brought out that Spirit Dragon. And they're using that Invocation to his advantage in this matchup, using his opponent's monster as a light target. You know, very, very coincidental, very convenient for this matchup. adding that Alistair back to his hand. Plenty of cards to work with here still, using the Melody of Awakening Dragon, grabbing you know, your freaking alternative dragon, your Blue Eyes. I can't even think of the card's name. I'm drawing a blank. Revealing even though he does not have to. Some people do not know that about alternative dragon, but that's one of the things that makes him busted. And he will attempt to use Spirit Dragon's effect, and it looks like he will negate and banish it. Does tribute for cost, so it will send itself to the graveyard first, but I believe Mechaba would still be able to negate it using the Return of the Dragon Lords to revive that Blue Eyes, going into Cypher Dragon. No Ixies to steal. I'm pretty sure Cypher Dragon needs an Ixies to steal. Maybe it doesn't. I'm not quite sure. But using its Spirit Dragon effect to tag out into Blue Eyes. Then I'll just go into Full Armor to pop it, and then go into immediately afterwards Dark Matter Dragon. We'll see him send Valor, Goliath, and Maxi to the Banishment Zone, figuring he no longer needs those cards. Maxi and Valor are kind of past their prime at the moment in this duel. He's getting very, very far ahead. Doesn't necessarily want to draw into any of those cards. Would rather see more combo pieces than side deck cards, as most of the special summoning and effect activations have already been done at this point. And there's Soul Charge in hand. Might not be able to use his battle phase this turn, but we'll be able to set up an unbreakable board, most likely. Going for alternative Dragon, Blue Eyes, and the legendary Stone of White. Synchroing perhaps into a 9. Yep, looks like it's going to be a 9 going into a Spirit Dragon, leaving the alternative solo. Of course, that's no issue, as the rest of his board is pretty good. He's got graveyard negations, anything negation, depending on what's in his hand. And end phase, he'll summon out Blue Eyes. Unfortunately, it's the end phase that could have followed up into another rank 8, possibly maybe Titanic Galaxy or Dragolon, I think. Perhaps, maybe that would have been an interesting card to go into in this matchup, but it looks like that right there is going to be game over. The hand looking bricky as all hell. Double Dragon's Mirror, Arcbrave Dragon, looking kind of gross, but that's going to be it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, and yeah, thank you guys so much for the continued support. Just an update. I know earlier when I had the playmat design, which you currently see on the screen, which is the playmat design I gave away for 4,000 subs, I submitted the design. The design did not get accepted, probably because of the YouTube logo and various other images on the mat. Totally understandable, but right now I'm in the works of creating a new design that you guys will be able to purchase at some point to not only get yourself a nice mat, but to help support me on the side, which is, of course, awesome. So yeah, I'll keep you guys up to date on that through Twitter. Make sure you follow me there. And as always, guys, Winner Kill signing out. We'll see you in the next one.